Welcome back to my Evercade Enthusiasts to another video. Today we're going to be talking about stone protectors and why stone protectors come to Evercade now. For those of you who don't know, stone protectors is actually based on a toy line from the 1980s or 1990s, something like that. And it also had a short-lived animated series. But yeah, stone protectors, guys, is, for lack of a better word, it was a game that was never released until Pico Interactive got the rights. Now, Pico got the rights because the toy company behind it, Novelty Toys, they ended up going out of business. So Pico came in, they bought the rights to Stonecutters, they got this unreleased game. As you can see from the footage above, game looks pretty fun, looks pretty cool. You know, it looks like your average, beat 'em like side scroll, beat 'em up, and platforming game. So this would be a good fit for the arcade. Now, one reason I think that this would be a bit of a harder game to bring over is because obviously, despite Pico Interactive being like very buddy with Blaze Entertainment and releasing multiple carts for Blaze, with Stone Protectors, there's two different versions of the game. Which I know there's like all different versions of a load of games like Worms and all sorts of stuff. Like there's micro console versions, microcomputer versions of a lot of these games that are now on Evercade, thanks to like Codemasters and all that sort of stuff because they're the console ports. Well, with Stone Protectors, they need to find which system they can emulate better. A Super Nintendo or the Sega Genesis, or slash Mega Drive, which the Evercade can run perfectly fine. However, I will go on to note there are more Sega Genesis games slash Mega Drive games on Evercade than there are Super Nintendo games. So maybe if they get Stone Protectors, they make sure it's a Genesis port because Genesis seems to run really well on Evercade, and it already has a bigger library, so there's more proof to show that the games run better. Now with Stone Protectors itself, well, do I think this would ever get licensed to Blaze for a cartridge? I think it's possible. Guys, I'll be honest, I do think it's quite possible. It's heavily possible. Because for those of you who don't know, Pico Interactive's whole business model is buying up old IP, which either lost, publishers are lost, or developers are lost, or just trying to acquire just like these back catalog titles. And they buy these old games from old developers or publishers and whatnot who've gone out of business or have lost publishing rights, and then Pico resells them on the old hardware on Steam. They're starting their own storefront called Bleem, which is based on which they got quite the name after from a company that used to sell. I think it's ROMs for the PlayStation. I don't know. And then obviously, besides them, you've got they've got a huge back catalog of games. They've also uploaded a library of some arcade developers over the years, like Gallico, which we're now getting a Gallico arcade cart on the Evercade VS. So, do I feel as if Blaze could make a deal with Pico? Yeah, Pico will probably license this game. This game probably isn't making that much money as is on Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis. Because let's be fair, I'm gonna be frank, there aren't that many collectors for Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo, and people are like, oh, there's not many of that for Evercade. Yeah, but the thing is with the Evercade, these games are more easy to get a hold of. Does that make sense? Where supporting the games to Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis, or releasing the games anyway. Remember, these are for like 30-plus-year-old consoles. So less people are going to be able to actually get a hold of them. There's going to be less units floating around. So it's going to be harder to acquire. Now with the Evercade, Evercade's got the VS and multiple different iterations of the handheld. So it wouldn't really matter if you have the VS or the handheld. You'd still be able to play Stone Protectors, whether it be on the go or at home. I digress. Now, do I think the game will get licensed now? It depends if Blaze and Pico make a deal for a third Pico Interactive collection. Because I know currently we have the Gallico arcade collection and the two Pico Interactive collections. But I'll be honest, Pico Interactive 2 is not one of my favourites. It's something I don't like what they did with that one. It's just mostly sports games. I get why they did it, but it's just not my cup of tea. Because I was never really into sports as a child. Now, will it happen? Yeah, it's probably going to happen if Blaze and Pico make a new deal. And it's like, hey, Pico Interactive collect Volume 3. Or maybe they don't make volume 3. Maybe be like Pico Interactive Volumes 3 and 4. And Simplex is on one of the cartridges. I'd buy them. I'd buy them both. Pico Interactive is one of my favourite cartridges on the Evercade thanks to games like Water Margin. So I do feel as if Blaze is sitting on a goldmine here, and so is Pico. They could work together, re-release this game for Evercade, and they could print money for both of them because this like with growing up games and you probably know what Stone Protectors is. So you might be a fan of it, you might be a fan of the franchise and a fan of the show. So who knows? Maybe Blaze decides to make a deal. with Pico. Pico decides to re-release Stone Protectors as part of this deal and on Evercade. First of all, it'll be preserved physically for a lot more people to collect. It'd be available to more people in a modern way and arguably a cheaper way. And to be honest, it would probably help sell more Evercades and probably sell more, cartridges. And that's just my thoughts, guys. But let me know your thoughts. Do you want to see Stone Protectors in on Evercade in a future cartridge? If so, why? If not, why not? Let me know in the comments down below. Because, and also I want to put on a side note with the videos. I haven't been uploading as frequently as I was last week. Now the reason for that is I have work obligations, guys. So expect a new video from me every few days. Like every 2, 3, 4 days. Don't expect me to have like one every day now because I've got other stuff I've got to do at work and college. So, and I'm also a journalist, and I'm trying to write a novel. I'm balancing a lot of stuff. So, you know, just keep that in mind, guys. If you want to keep subscribing, liking, and sharing videos, thank you for doing that, and thank you for trying to help me. But I will say, just don't expect videos as frequent as often. I'll still be quite frequent videos about Evercade and whatnot on games that could come to Evercade. It's just won't be every day. But that's kind of out of my control. Anyway, guys, I want to thank you all for watching. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and I'll talk to you all in the next episode. Peace.